Welcome to quarterfinal action here at the Elite Invite in Leuven, Belgium. I'm Ravi Vasudevan, ready to present this game to you. We got Chevron Action Flash from the UK against Wall City, the team from Berlin, Germany. Both these teams have taken a single loss to get here, and both these teams ready to battle it hard. Chevron Action Flash opened their tournament losing to Mooncatchers by 1, 14-15. They then beat Alba from Scotland 15-9 and lost to La Fota 14-12. Sorry, they had two losses to their name. Wall City, on the other hand, got their single loss against Clapham in their first round, 15-14 to London there. They then beat Jet Set from Belgium 15-11 and beat Gentle from Belgium 14-12. So, both teams coming out where they are and looking to have this quarterfinal matchup. Winner of this game will face the winner of Jet Set Mooncatchers. I think Mooncatchers the heavy favorite there. Chevron is already in the EUCS ranking system, whereas Wall City is not, but I'll get into that later, as now we're going to kick things off. We've got Wall City in blue pulling to... Sorry, Chevron in blue pulling to Wall City in white, as Chevron's first pull rolled to the back of the end zone, and they are clamping down with their intense defense on this Wall City offensive line. Coming down with a sort of looks like a 3-2 zone. Ooh, almost a piece of that, but Wall City manages to get it through. Nice work there. I believe that's Conrad Schleur there on the side. Oh, wayward pass, but it's still collected by Wall City. It's coming a little bit to the pressure here of Chevron. Big Huck goes up into the air. Couple Wall City people there all alone, and Leo Eichler collects the score. Is there any discussion? No, there's not. Seems like a lot of people gave up, but Wall City will get it. Wasn't easy, but they do get a clean hold. 1-0 for Berlin. Wall City, very strong team from Berlin, but has taken on a few pickups this year. They have the likes of Ferdy Rogers from Ireland, Andre Riedlo from the Czech Republic joining their already strong team. It wasn't enough to take down Clapham, though. Here they are in the quarterfinals, looking to push their way into that top four. Nice deep pull from Wall City. We just got a first look at Chevron's offensive line. Nice leading pass into space. Good movement here from Chevron so far. Nice pass, but it's going to be dropped. And Andre Riedlo picks up for Wall City as they get their first chance at a break. Big Huck going up straight away. And that's a break for Wall City. Amazing pass there to start things off. As they make their statement on this game. Just a little error from Chevron and immediately punished by the Wall City D-line offense. It's a 2-0 here. Berlin starting off strong. That was Phil K to Stefan Kuhn. That connection for the score. And Wall City will get a second chance to throw their D-line out there. Chevron, can they answer back? I think both these teams known for intensity and defensive power. We'll see who can get the upper hand here. This is the production break for the LTTV crew, so only 2 out of 4 of the men's quarterfinal, open quarterfinal, sorry, will be streamed. Sorry for that, but the people got to take a break. But still 2 great games here for your eyes, filmed by AI robots. They don't need a break. Wall City coming out with a bit of a junky look as well. It's Callum Spears with the high release pop past Colthammer. Nice movement from Chevron, but the last pass is just a bit too far, maybe a bit rushed, as they were trying to get the disc moving before that zone have a chance to reset. But as is, they've given Wall City another chance to extend their lead. See a horizontal stack set here from Wall City. See how they cut out of that. 2 cutters go deep. Disc goes up. Cross field, but bobble, 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 bobble 15 times and eventually still caught. My God. How did that work out? More juggling than I've seen in most Ultimate matches here. So Wall City hold on to it against all odds. Disc's moving nicely. Layout bids everywhere, but not enough. Stop Wall. Joel Ben-Joseph with the disc and a pass that I don't know if Callum Spears got a hand on it, but either way, it's going the other direction, and that throw is just a little errant. Both teams kind of feeling a little sloppy starting things off here. Seeing the flags in the background, looks like the wind is picking up. Very still conditions in the morning rounds today, but maybe wind will play more of a factor here. Looks like from the flags that the wind is blowing in a direction that would be, this would be upwind for Wall City right now. Wind not stopping that huck at all, though, as that one sails perfectly into space, and that's, I believe, Stefan Linnemannstons with the goal as Wall City push in another break and go up 3-0. Chevron got to sort themselves out a little bit here. Looking at the stats for Wall City, it's actually Hartley Greenwald who's leading the stats for them with 7 assists and 7 goals to his name. Looks like we're taking a timeout here. Chevron going to reset themselves? Or no, that's just, they're just circling up on the line. Not a real timeout. Always funny to see the AI cameras in between points as the neural network tries to figure out where it should be focusing on, as there's not a clear game going on. There's a cluster of players on both sides, and it's desperately trying to figure out where to focus. My eyes on the on the chat, sorry. So if anybody wants to interact, have some questions or whatever about during this game, feel free, I'll keep my eyes there. Looking at a lot of things, though. Another pull from Wall City deep into the end zone. Chevron's going to let that one roll out so they can take it at the front of the end zone. Chevron starting things off with their handler set. Nothing getting open downfield. There's the first cut, but the layout D coming through. I think that's Diekman on the D, but I think there's going to be discussion. Looks like Robbie Haynes on Chevron's side, arguing that there was some contact there. Sadly, on these VO streams, we don't have the luxury of a replay, so I'm going to have to leave it to the players to discuss it out. From my angle, I could not see much about whether there was enough contact there to justify a foul call or not. What do people in the chat think? Take a quick look at the other games. Clapham's up 1-0 on Alba. Jet Set and Moon are tied at 2s, and Gentle and Lafota are also tied at 1s. So close games is actually the biggest points margin we have so far. It's going to be contested foul here. Haynes will send the disc back. Again, Wall City really smothering all the cutting options. Chevron having nothing they really are happy with downfield. So forced to go through their handler set. Finally, an inside break shot opens things up. A big huck downfield. That's a wide open Mark Penny that eventually puts the disc in for the score. Great stuff from Chevy to be able to see that option and throw that inside flick huck to get themselves field position. So Chevron finally get themselves on the board. It's now 3-1 in favor of Berlin. Sorry, that's Andrew Sweetnam, who passes it into Cody Elliott Edwards for the score. Scores 3-1. Wall City in front. Still early games, though, but 2 breaks to the boys from Berlin. See their O-line take the field. The first time since the first point. Starting in a split stack. 3-2, initiating from the 3 side. Seems to be a sort of flood play. Schlor is open, wide open deep. No one covering him, and that's going to be a perfect shot. Very easy offense from Wall City. And the Chevron O-line has to trot themselves right back out again. It was a quick point. Wall City got to be feeling good about that. Check for a game history between these two teams. It seems they played each other at the EUCF, which I believe was a placement game. And it seems that Wall City took that one on Universe over Chevron. So 4-1 the score here. Berlin out in front. Chevron's O-line a little shakier. Berlin's O-line looking very, very strong. A low pass to center things off, but it works out. Nice inside pass. We got Criddle with the disc now. Centers it to Colthammer. Colthammer looking for Spears in the front, but eventually goes to the huck to Criddle. Andre Riedlow versus Criddle there, and Riedlow, the big check man, gets in front. foul is going to be called here. Strange to my eyes. I thought that Riedlo had position all day and the criddle came on him. But we'll see how they resolve things. No replays here. Discussion there between Criddle and Riedlo. And he's going to agree that that was a turnover. I think the disc is going to stay here with Wall City. Philip Steffen. No, it's going to go back to Andre Riedlo. Okay, Ron Dumka is going to go pick up as Wall City reset themselves after that call. Nice pass up to Herkins. Herkins swings it across Dimka. They continue to swing. Big huck goes up. Contested option, a little bit of a push in the back, but I think position was taken by the Chevron player, so Wall City's going to give that one back up, and Chevron get another chance. Dimka maybe not so happy with his throw there. So Chevron in coffin corner. Swings it across the middle. Finds Spears. High pass from Spears. Another errant throw from him. It's at least his second this game. And Wall City now have just a little less than half field to work with, as Dimka's going to go pick the disc up again. Sloppy stuff from the Chevron O-line compared to Wall's O-line, which has just been dominant so far. Swings the middle to Riedlo. Peg pass from Riedlo, but great D from Josh Keim to get it back for Chevron. Sometimes you got to make a play to help your O-line out, and Josh Keim did just that here. Edward Graham picking up for Chevron. Gets it up to Spears. Spears the inside shot. Criddle. Working it around now are Chevron, and they've now into their end zone set. Vertical stack and eventually find Colt Hammer for the goal. And that'll do it. Was a dirty hold for sure, but Chevron get it. Now the score is 4-2. Berlin still in front. You see Riedlo visibly frustrated with himself there. He knows that that pass he put out, that Keim defended, not his best. Let's take a quick look around. Jet Set is actually up 4-3 on the Mooncatchers. Surprising most people, I believe. Alba's up 2-1 on Clapham. And Gentle's up 3-2 on La Fota. So I think all the favorites down right now. Wall City, the only upper team that is beating the lower team and from the other side of the bracket. So crazy stuff going on early games here at the quarterfinal rounds of Elite Invite. But it's still very early. Very early. See if any of those scores hold throughout the rest of this game. See Wall City's O-line come back out. Last time it was just a couple throws into an easy pass for a score. Chevron putting a little more pressure now in this going. But another big huck goes up. And that one, the blind defense from Chevron. Just stepping in the way, kind of, I think he was watching the eyes of the receiver and could see where the disc was coming from and just put his body in the way. And now Chevron get their first chance at a break opportunity. Colt Hammer now with it on the sideline. Swing pass over to Rodri Williams. Had himself a really good game yesterday against Lefota. But now here against Wall City. Can Chevron punch this break in? Big Huck goes up. Is there enough space underneath if there's going to be a challenge? But yes, Chevron punch in the break. And now it's 4-3 and Chevy's making a game of it. So, Chevron, a lot better defense there on that point, shutting down all the cutting options and eventually allowing that Huck to go up, but great closing speed and great awareness to just jump up when you could sense the receiver was about to catch that disc, get your body in front. And then just a great Huck into the end zone. Fantastic stuff from Chevron there. That was Rodri Williams with that throw to William Jackson. The score is 4-3. Chevy's still in a little bit of a hole, but it's in a much better spot than they were before that break. Wall City still has 2 breaks to Chevy's 1. Wall City started on offense to start the game. Pull goes up from Chevy. That one lands in bounds, but not in the end zone. That's an upwindish pull. Reedlow now with the disc. Rogers and Reedlow, the 2 new pickups. Deep Huck to Eichler. Does he read it well? Yes, he does. I couldn't tell if the defender got his hand on it, but it stays in the hands of Eichler, and Wall City hold on to their lead. They're up 5-3 now. So last round, we had the women's quarterfinals wrap up. Moon Cup beat Iceni 15-10. They advanced 15-8 Ayaka over East Block, who started this tournament by beating Shout, the reigning champions, but have had their stock decrease in value a bit since then. They've taken some big losses later in the tournament. Shout beating Box Vienna 15-9, and they will face Jinx Midnight, who beat Leuven 14-9. So the semifinals are Moon Cup versus Yaka, French-speaking affair, and BFD Shout versus Jinx Midnight, a repeat of the EUCF final from last year. So great stuff happening in the women's division. So as I said, Chevy is ranked 8th right now in the EUCS rankings. Only tournament was Tom's Tourney, where they got 3 ranked games in against Is No Good, Lefota, and Grutz. They beat Is No Good on Universe, lost to Lefota 14-10, and beat Grutz 12-9. So Wall City not yet in the rankings. It's their first tournament. Hoping to assert themselves as a team at least better than this 8th place team in this game. They would love to get that elusive wild card for winning this tournament, or at least put themselves in a safe space to qualify for the EUCF by being in the top 16 rankings. Josh Keim here for the Chevy O-line as they come back out on the field into this Wall City zone that I think melts into match immediately. Inside shot, just a little bit overcooked. Calum Spears can't put his hand around that one. Reedlow now. Inside shot to Basov. Nice movement here from the Wall City D-line offense. And that just a little bit wide for Reedlow as he sees the disc go to turf. And Chevron get a chance to keep going. Sweetenham. Josh Keim here on the sideline. Nice inside pass to Edward Graham. Lots of pressure here from Wall City, but Sam Criddle able to hold on. Kime with a nice big shot around the side to Edward Graham. Edward Graham puts it up to, I believe that's Sweetenham. Sweetenham looking for options. Upline cuts are coming, and eventually he finds, I think that's Josh Kime for the score. And Chevy hold on to it. Keep within one, 5-4. Sorry, apparently that was Cody Elliott Edwards with the score, not Kime. But it was Sweetenham with the assist. Those two leading the stats so far. Sweetenham with 2 assists and Elliott Edwards with 2 goals. Over on the Wall City side, we've got Eichler with 2 goals to his name. Schlur with goal and assist, and Phil Kay with 2 assists. We do see a timeout on the field. I'm not sure who exactly called it. But I'll also take a quick timeout myself, and I'll be right back with you just after this. All right, we're back here in action, first half. Got Wall City up 5-4 against Chevron. Wall City coming back out on offense. See Chevron coming into sort of arrowhead zone. But immediately seems to be melted into match now. Big huck from Wall. Collected. Whoa. Oh no, it's dropped. And Chevron will get a chance for a break now. Hartley Greenwald not able to reel that one in. Centering swing pass from Chevy. They continue the motion onto the break side. And Tennant, now a big huck goes up. It's going to be a chance for Wall City defenders to get under it. Read well, but read poorly by all the 3 players. But picking up the trash is Chevron as they equalize things 5-5 with that break. Got a game here, folks. Elsewhere, we still got some wild starts to this quarterfinal round. It appears that La Fota is still down 5-3 to Gentle. Jet Set and Moon are tied at 5-5, and Clapham Alba tied at 3-3, so lots of tight ones here. Looks like Jet Set and Moon have just been trading back and forth the whole game. No breaks yet in that one. Looks like Alba picked up an early break, and Clapham just got it back, so Clapham are up 4-3 now. And Jet Set La Fota... Sorry, Gentle La Fota. Gentle has now 2 breaks to La Fota's 1. La Fota actually started on offense and is now down 5-3 to Gentle, so... interesting stuff. We'll see how games wrap up. Still early in the first half for all of these, but I think people would have expected some of these to go a bit more one-sided. Clapham over Alba. Though we do know Clapham has a reduced squad here at the Elite Invite. Even more reduced than yesterday. If you saw them play yesterday, they I think are down to 11 or 12 players. Given that they have a wedding this weekend. Decided to prioritize that over their EUCS ranking. I'll leave you in the chat to decide if that's a good choice or not. But here we got things notched to 5-5. Great game here between Chevron and Wall City. Just trading blow for blow. There's a big shot, I think, for Schlor, but Colthammer is going to be there first. Maybe that was actually for Greenwald, and I think Greenwald tried to think about calling a foul, but eventually said, nah, that's the contact we like to play with, and... No, wait, maybe a discussion. Maybe Colthammer a little banged up on that play. He's going to call himself out for an injury. And Wall City will also take a sub. Looks like Jonas Vanderholm is coming in for Wall City. Don't know who came out exactly. So Chevy with a chance to take their first lead of the game here. It's a great matchup between two physical titans, Wall City and Chevy. Wall City had the early advantage, but Chevy with momentum right now. Can Wall City get it back? Or will the British boys continue? You see Eichler there was hunting for that block, but is too far out in front. There's a nice big shot. Very well placed and very well caught. Chevy now on the doorstep to take the lead. Can they find an option? Disorganized in the end zone. Nothing availing itself yet. Must have gotten a marking infraction or two because they've had the disc for more than 10 seconds and eventually find themselves in the end zone, and that's 6-5. Chevy take their first lead of the game. So that's 3 points on the bounce for Chevy. Will Wall City keeps trotting out its same O-line, or will they start to make some adjustments? It's always tough to do. It seems either way they will take a timeout. And I thought I could just hear, with my just listening to the camera here, the What Do We Want Another One, which is Mooncatcher's break cheer. So I'm going to check the scores real quick. Does seem Mooncatchers are up 6-5 now on Jet Set, so they did take a break. La Fota scored 1, so it's 5-4. And Clapham and Alba tied up at 4-4. I believe it's the Gentle La Fota game that is streamed for you all. So you can tune into both of these games. I think I'm the only one commentating this round, so you're stuck with my voice. Or you could just put the audio on for the other game and just have field sounds and ignore me. I wouldn't be offended. I'd be a little offended, but I understand. We do see Metzger out there with the clipboard. Must be injured. Haven't seen him or Gaffney, Chris Gaffney, playing very much at all, really. I think I did see Gaffney on a couple points, but not as involved as he usually is, and I have to think that he's also must be nursing something, because he's usually a very key player for this Wall City team. So 2 main handlers, so it is impressive that they're able to do so well so far in this tournament, missing both of them. But they do have Ferdy Rogers and Andre Riedlow picking up some slack, so that makes things a little easier. I do think that is Gaffney. Downfield, so he is there. Schlur. Sure, with the Oyo pass. And that one just completely read by Robbie Haynes. Robbie Haynes has been a great defensive player for a long time, showing exactly why there. Seb Allen gets back up the line to Haynes. Haynes with the little dad backhand into the end zone, and Chevy is feeling this themselves right now. They just got some swag and some momentum. That's a 4th point in a row for Chevron Action Flash. Wall City with the early advantage this game, but Chevron with everything on their side for the last few points. Robbie Haynes completely read that play like a book. Fantastic defensive play from the British lad. The score is now 5-7. Chevy with a chance to take half if they can get another break on the board. Wall City hoping they can do everything to stop this train of breaks that Chevy's been driving the second half of this first half. You can see off in the distance there another quarterfinal going on. I'm not sure exactly which one that is. That pole's going to sail out of bounds and give Wall City a bricked opportunity. So Wall City coming out in a split stack of their own. See 2 handlers back. You see Eichler and Vanderholm here on the side for Wall City, and 3 other cutters over there. No, it seems they're going into a 3-handler set with 2 sets of 2 cutters. And Chevy just kind of happy to poach in the middle of the field. Shut down any options there. Vanderholm with it now on the sideline. Gets it over to Basov. Basov with a high pass to Riedlo, but Riedlo able to collect. Basov now on the sideline. Doesn't like the up the line, doesn't like the back cut from Riedlo. Has no options, and is going to call the foul to reset the stall count. See, I think it's Roger Williams covering Riedlo. There is some kind of call on the wide side of the field, but whatever it was, I believe that they're going to just let the score stand uninvolved. And Wall City do stop the bleeding and bring it to 7-6. Chevy now with a chance to score to take half on their O-line. It was Vlad Basovs to Giannis Vanderholm for the score. And I believe Wall City started on O at the beginning of this game. So if Chevy can punch this in to make it 8-6, they will get an offensive line chance to get that double break, which always happens if you start on defense and go up a break in the first half. So big opportunity here for Chevy. Actually, 2 opportunities. Even if they squander one, they'll still get that soft break going into the second half. So here's Chevy initiating from the front of their stack. We see Schler crossing over here onto the D-line, as he often does. Big shot here from Chevy. And Callum Spears, I believe, well, I'm not sure, a bit far away, but whoever it is, scored that goal for Chevy. And take half 8-6. So I'll give you all a quick look at the other scores before I take a break for halftime myself. Let's see here. Open division. So Clapham's up 6-5 on Alba. Mooncatcher's up 6-5 on Jet Set. And Gentle up 6-5 on La Fota. So I believe... No, La Fota still hasn't broken Gentle. But they are trading around. And Gentle has 2 breaks up on the Italians. That's it for right now. We'll be back in the second half action shortly. I'll be back with you soon. All right, back here with second half action here. Chevron Action Flash versus Wall City. Chevy with the chance to extend their lead. Big huck goes up from Chevy. Lots of pressure. I think the first touch was there, but the Chevy attacker reads it better. I think that might have been Sweetenham, but I'm not sure. Very hard to see the numbers from here. Yes, indeed. That is Andrew Sweetenham with the great play for the catch under pressure from Andre Riedlow. So that's 9-6. Chevy take the lead, starting off this first half with a bang. Wall City got to lick their wounds and walk their way back, set up their O-line, see if they can get back into this one. So early starts, a couple breaks or one break for Wall City to start things off, and then since then, Chevy's defensive pressure, as it always does, just cranks it up, and has been giving Wall City a lot of trouble. And to go along with that, Chevy's offense has cleaned up considerably since the beginning of the game. Those two things combined mean a dominant performance so far in the second portion of this game. That was Colthammer with the throw to Sweetenham for that last goal. Wall City also starting with their split stack, initiating from the 3 side. Didn't produce that much, but now they're very spread out. Shot to Eichler in the end zone, and he's got it. Eichler's been the deep threat for Wall City this game. When things have been working, it's basically when they can shoot to him. It does work out there. I believe it was Paul Rickards with the throw, but I'll confirm that shortly. Indeed it was Paul Rickards to Leo Eichler to make it 9-7. Chevy still in front. Do have one eye also on the BFD La Fota Gentle game. Gentle appears to be up 7-6. About to get pulled to see if they can take half. 8-6 in a very similar way to Chevron did in this game. Pull goes up from Wall City. Caught by Chevron. Up the line, pass wayward, and Wall City have a chance. Reedlow. Reedlow puts up the hammer. I think there's all alone, and Wall City bring the game back to within one. It's now 9-8 as Wall City capitalize on the early Chevy error. If anyone gets credit for the D, it's the great pull that landed low in the back corner and forced a sort of pressured throw from Chevy. But punctuated by that hammer from Reedlow, such a great player from the Czech Republic. Doing a lot to help out this Wall City side, as they want to get themselves in that semifinal. Elsewhere, Mooncatchers have taken half 8-6 on Jet Set. Gentle, I believe, with disc in hand. See if they can do the same. See how Chevy responds to getting broken. Here against this Wall City zone, we hear Jinx getting loud on the sideline, cheering on their compatriots. So far, hasn't done much to fluster Chevy's line. See Spears there getting it off to Kime. Kime dishing it over to Criddle. Now back with Spears. Okay, the defense cheers getting louder from Jinx. Can they cheer their boys on to another break opportunity? So far, Chevy just getting open up the open side. Around pass to Kime. Kime with the inside shot. Sweeten Colthammer now. And Chevy punch it in amongst the Jinx pressure. And they hold on to their lead for now. They're up 10-8. And Wall City's O-line has to go out there and get the job done. Not an easy task against this high-pressure Chevy defense. Jinx women, of course, celebrating the fact that they got themselves into semifinals. Beating Jet Set Leuven on the way there. They have the pleasure of playing BFD Shout in their next round. Repeat of last year's EUCF final matchup. Wall City now. Going up against this junky set from Chevron, who's done a great job to shut down Wall's pull play. And I'm guessing pretty soon they will just melt into match defense. Now that they have Wall on the back foot. Ferdy Rogers swings it back to Schlur. Nice movement here from Wall City. Great inside pass to Eichler. Doesn't like Rogers up the line. Decides to just hold on to the disc. Nice movement back to Eichler in the end zone. And that was Richard Henrichs with the assist. And that's good stuff from Wall City to keep in this game. 10-9. Chevron still on top. Again, curious at what point Wall City might call a timeout. Throw a power line in there. Maybe get Ferdy Rogers and Schlur. I mean, Schlur's been crossing over anyways quite frequently. But I'd love to see a great, powerful D-line come out here. Maybe get Eichler a chance. He's been rapid around the field as a cutter. I'm sure he could help out on defense as well. Elsewhere, Gentle have taken half 8-6 on La Fota and will get offense in the second half. So things going the way of Belgium there. Chevy's O-line now has been very, very good. Latter stages of this game. Dinking and diving with each other. Edward Graham with the disc. Oh, sorry, he's swung it over. A lot of chatter about calls downfield. Chevy looking to set up pretty much in a vertical stack. Inside pass goes wayward, and Wall City with a chance to equalize now. Golden opportunity for the boys from Berlin. They huck it deep immediately. Philip Steffen is there, but almost an amazing play over the back, but Coldhammer's big body gets in the way and squandered opportunity for Wall City. Chevron now in coffin corner as Phil Steffen takes the mark. Coldhammer. Graham. Nice movement from Chevy on the far sideline. Great put into space. I think that one's going to work. It will. And yes, it works. And Chevron keep their lead. They're up to 11-9. Great job to stop that option from coming off for Wall City as they trot their O-line back out there, and Jinx is trying their best to cheer their boys on to get themselves in a better position to victory here. So Gentle do punch it in after half and are up 9-6 on La Fota. Not easy to hold on. We saw La Fota come back against the Mooncatchers at the Tom's Tourney final last weekend. But Gentle put themselves in good position to maybe upset here. Elsewhere, Mooncatchers up 9-7 on Jet Set. Clapham up 8-6 on Alba. Here, 11-9 the score. Chevron over Wall City. So all the games by 2 or 3 points right now. Let's see what Wall City's O-line can do. Both teams loving the split stack formation to start things off repeatedly. Gaffney in the backfield gets it to Rogers on the side. There, Greenwald puts up the huck. He's got Eichler in space and Schlur behind him as well. Schlur goes up big and he comes down with the disc. Conrad Schlur with the play. That's 11-10. Conrad Schlur, a huge reason for how this Wall City team became successful. He joined the team a few years ago. Before that, Wall City was always like an EUCR level team. Maybe cracking to the EUCF once in a while, but not really. And he kind of took that strong base they had and showed them what it takes to be a real Ultimate team. It wasn't just his skill that raised his team up. But from what I've heard, it's a lot about his leadership, how he changed how they practiced. And just getting that experience is sometimes what a group of guys need to push themselves to the next level and realize their potential. And Conrad Schlur, though, there, showing that he can also do it on the field. Such a great player, such a great presence, great personality. Good to have him over here in Europe, even though occasionally he goes back to New York to play for Pony. Spears now with the disc for Chevron. Huck goes up. And Riedlo falls over and leaves his defender completely unmarked. And that's Sam Cradle gets the easy score thanks to Riedlo's loss of footing. Riedlo maybe needs to get a new set of cleats. Help him out on the field there. I hear a lot of noise from another field. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Could be any team celebrating any type of moment. Timeout here on the field. I'll quickly go over the scores. Clapham's up 9-7 on Alba. Mooncatcher's up 9-7 on Jet Set. And Gentle up 9-6 on La Fota. Here we got Chevron up 12-10 on Wall City. And I'll be right back. Not easy to keep the energy up, though. Ugh. Here we are back in action. Wall City's O-line coming out. Trying to get the game back within one. 12-10 the score. Chevy up on Wall. There's the big huck into space. And here a lot of cheers. I think it looks like it was a catch from Conrad Schlur. So that'll make the score 12-11. Still in favor of Chevron. Pull goes up from Wall City as they try to get another break on the board. Running out of time here as Chevy just need a few more points to punch in this victory. Chevy coming out of a vert stack to start off with. Nothing availing of itself so far. Wall City doing a great job of shutting everything down. Stefan now on the mark. As Chevy have spread out a bit. Big Huck goes downfields. Body's underneath it. And it seems that Chevy have come down with it. Nice shot to the sideline. That one's going to be called not in. Dump backwards. Swing across. Got Criddle now with the disc. Back to Kime. Kime fakes the around. Looks for something. Eventually goes into the open side. And it's just beat to the cone there. And Chevy punching another hold. 13-11. Elsewhere on the complex, Gentle up on Lafota 10-7, so holding on to that lead. Definitely an interesting one to keep your eye on. See if they can make that upset happen. Looks like Clapham Alba is 10-8 in favor of Clapham. And Mooncatcher's up 10-7 on Jet Set. So one upset brewing. And here we have another upset. Looks like the 2-3 might go to the 3 in both cases at the moment. Now Greenwald's dinking and diving with, I think that's Rogers. Schlur on the sideline. High around pass. Well collected by Heinrichs. Heinrichs to Schlur, and there is a dump. There is a poach defender there. I think Schlor might argue there was dangerous play. It's always that blind side up the line cut. The question is, did he make that play without the possibility of contact? From my eyes, it looks like he tried his best to make it safe. And I think Schlur is agreeing. And we're back into play with Chevy with a chance to take another break here. I think that people argue that it wasn't tapped in properly. So we're going to start from sideline again. Remember here, we're not just playing for this quarterfinal spot, but we're also playing for a spot ranking points. So point difference does make a difference, even though it's a knockout game. Big grab there. Amazing play from Haynes, and then the follow-up, and now it's 14-11 in Chevy's favor. Chevy's got to be feeling really good about this way this game's gone. Wall City got to pick themselves back up because, like I said, even if they can't win this game, they also care about point diff and they want to try and bring it as close as possible. So the O-line will trot themselves back out again. See if they can clean things up, and then it's about cheering your D-line on. Just got to believe that those breaks are going to come. Clapham extending their lead 11-8 over Alba. Gentle still up 10-8 over La Fota, and Moon in a close one with Jet Set 10-8. Here now it's 14-11. Chevy with their first chance at a game point, if they can break on this one. Wall City trying to close the gap. They got to be perfect to win the rest of this game. Cannot give up another point. It's going to start with the hold. Gaffney in the middle of the field. Up against this three-person zone. Wall. Ferdy Rogers, the inside lefty flick. Gets it to Greenwald. Greenwald falls over on the dump reset. Rogers has zero options. Eventually has to go back. It does find an option. Shot into the end zone for Schlor, but it's too far. And that'll give Chevy a chance. Schlor points out where the person has to go. This Chevy try to run into the line to start things immediately. Chevron now with a chance to win the game. Put themselves in the semifinal. Big Huck goes up. Robbie Haynes is there. Haynes versus Greenwalds. And Haynes tries to clatter into a bunch of Wall City bodies, but I think it sailed over everybody's head. I think with the line that Haynes went for it, there was no chance he was going to go for it. You see Chevy signaling for a turnover. But Haynes will come off with an injury. But I do think the turnover will stand. I think both teams have been happy to give that type of contact up, and if they all agree that no one's going to get to it, it'll be a turn. So in playing consistently with the rest of the game, calling this turnover makes sense to me. Seems the players agree, and Wall City get another chance to score their 12th point. Good movement here from Wall. Gets to Leo Eichler on the sideline. Schlor now. Schlor with the inside pass to Reedlow, but it's a little too far, but it's still collected. And that is Rogers who came up with that. Rogers and Reedlow, the two new pickups, working well together. Gets it over to Eichler on the sideline. Greenwald now. Looking for something in the end zone. Rogers goes up the line for the inside pass, and it works. And then a pass wayward away, and just gift-wrapped Chevron. Another turnover. So Chevy with one more chance to put the game away and win this one with a 4-point margin. Don't like the immediate Huck. Trying to play a little more conservatively this time. Swing across to the near side. Great defensive pressure here by Wall City. Making the resets very hard. And that's going to be too high of a pass, as Wall City now have a short field to work with. They'll be very happy that they get another chance to get their 12th point in. So Wall City in a bit of trouble with a big hammer into the end zone. And that's going to be collected by Chris Gaffney. I said he's been quiet all game, but he makes a big play when it counts there. 14-12 the score now. Chevy, you're going to have a couple chances to win this game on offense. That was the last time that the Wall City O-line will take the field in this game. And let's see what their D-line can do to bring it back. O-line did the job. Now D-line's got to work. On the other side, Chevy. D-line gave you the cushion. Can your O-line finish it off? It's 14-12 here. Looks like there's a timeout called, so I'll look at the scores elsewhere. Mooncatcher's up 11-9 on Jet Set. Here, of course, 14-12, Chevy up on Wall City. Gentle up 11-9 on La Fota. La Fota did get one break back, so they brought that margin to a bit closer, but Gentle responded well. Scored after that, and Clapham up 12-8 on Alba, so that one was close early, but Clapham kind of pulling away, as they tend to do in second halves. They've done for decades, even against the top European competition. So, still two upsets possible here. Chevron was third in their pool, facing Wall City, who was second in theirs, and similarly, Gentle, third in their pool, up against La Fota, who was second in theirs. So it could be that we have 2-3 seeds faltering early, but moving up into semifinals late, which just shows you that the parity in this division is very, 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 very close. But Wall City's not done yet. Chevy's got to punch one in before it's over. They're going to start in a vertical stack and see what they can do against this Wall City defense. Wall City's got to put it all on the line now and really go for broke here to get a block. See Basov on the mark. Gets broken around. As Chevy are having some really nice movement here so far. Callum Spears had a couple missed throws early in the game. That one goes off well to Criddle. Sweetenham gets it up the line to Ed Graham. Colthammer now on the side of the field. I like that Colthammer-Reedlow matchup. Two big bodies against each other. Up the line to Kime, and he bobbles it. And the Wall City pressure pays off. Now with a chance to bring it to within one. First break's always the hardest one. Let's see if they can manage it. Nice powerful throw to the middle of the field. Basov. Now with the undercut. Greenwald wants in the middle of the field, but instead they go up. Fakes the hammer. Up the line on the break side, and there's going to be too much pressure there, and Chevy get it back with Callum Spears with a block to his name. Callum Spears, the around break up the line to Kime, who does collect this one. Spears. Inside break. Now a round shot to Colthammer. Colthammer blades it across. That's a wayward shot, up too high, but oh, Colthammer reads it better, but cannot grab onto it. Maybe a bit of miscommunication with his teammate, as there were two Chevron players that should have been able to catch that easily. But as it is, Wall City get another chance at it. Schlur collects it. Nice throw into the middle of the field. Vanderholm. Reedlow. Nice strong catch by Greenwald. Reedlow and Greenwald working together. Nice pass, but just too far. And gift it in exactly the same spot to Chevron one more time. as they cannot capitalize on these opportunities. That's really going to bite them in the ranking algorithm if they can't get this point. Low pass, but collected by Chevron. Fakes the huck, almost a hand on it. But Edward Graham collects the disc for Chevy. Inside pass. Big huck. Hartley Greenwald's going to be under it and have way better position. And there's no way that a Chevron player is going to catch that one. So, Wall City again with a chance. And Greenwald's going to come out on an injury. A little bit too much contact on that play, I believe, for Hartley. Oh, no. That's just, he was just stretching. Looked like an injury call to me. But he's just stretching. Reedlow. It's a little shovel pass between Reedlow and Basov. Nice inside pass. Reedlow now with the disc. Back to Basov. Gets to Schlur. Schlur and Reedlow working together. Basov now. Oh, Reedlow fakes the hammer. Instead, a wide inside-out backhand pass for the swing. Reedlow working hard. Gets that grinded undercut. Puts it up the line, and now Wall City, and throw it right. Third time losing the disc in the same exact spot on the field. Second time that it's Spears that gets the block. And Wall City just don't want to score this point, it looks like. But Chevy once again have to take it from that corner. They haven't managed to do it so far. Can Wall City get another block? Or will Chevy finally put the nail in the coffin and end this one? Low pass, still collected. Feel like I'm saying this, I feel like a broken record saying this over and over again. Chevy, not the first time I've had that low pass. Edward Graham with the disc. Centers it to Sweetenham, now swung to Spears. Spears working with Roger Williams on the side. And that's a nice layout block by number 34, who is not on my list. So, sorry about that. You're not going to get your name called out on the stream. But that doesn't matter. What matters is can Hartley Greenwald marshal this offense, D-line offense, into a score for I don't know how many opportunities they've had now. Reedlow. Schlur with the around break. That one is going to work, and Wall City finally punch it in. Spike it into Chevy's legs, but I think that they realized that was not... There's no harshness intended there. It was just kind of a roll spike, and now it's 14-13. They do get the first break in, but still got to get two more if they want to win this game. Let's look around as the quarterfinal matchups are wrapping up everywhere. Mooncatcher's up 12-9 on Jet Set. Clapham up 14-9 on Alba. Gentle still with the lead 11-10 over La Fota. So we still could have a pair of upsets here if Chevy beat Wall and Gentle beat La Fota, but both favorites, let's say, hoping to claw their way back at the end of the game. I think that's Gentle in the background there in the light green. You can see. And I think I just saw them with their hands up, so maybe they just took 12-10. Scoreboard hasn't updated yet, but they indeed did 12-10. That was Arthur Van de Vega to Samir Boumalal, sorry. So Gentle up 12-10 there. But here we got Chevy up 14-13 against Wall City. It's really coming down to it. So here's Chevy's O-line coming out one more time against the teeth of this Wall City defense. So far, Wall City doing a great job of stopping all the cutters. Now one goes off deep. Big huck there. Can the AI camera keep up with it? They can't, but it looks like Chevy have punched in the goal. And I believe that will do it. A 15-13 win. Chevy find themselves in the semifinals. Let's take a quick look to see if we already know who their opponent will be. They will play the winner of Jet Set Moon, which currently Moon are up 12-10 in that one. Gentle up 12-10 in their match, and Clapham have taken 15-9 win over Alba. So Chevy and Clapham have moved on. Their opponents yet to be seen. But we'll wrap things up here for now, and you can go check out the end of that Gentle Lafota game here on live.ultimatefederation.eu on Solid Sport. And I believe up next we'll have the mixed quarterfinals, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.